The Master's Sacred Knowledge by Alan Rufus. A Key to Your Inner Treasure. This story is about a wise old sage who passes on his sacred teachings to an insecure young man and takes him on an inner journey, explaining the art of living in the now, and the art of dying, and helps him find out who he really is, and teaches him about the power of unconditional love. Synopsis. A wise old master comes across a young man who is going through a very bad time, and who is about to end his life. The old master asks the young man for a few moments of his time, so he could say a few things to him. The young man agreed, and the wise old master offered him a master key to some sacred teaching, so it would help him look at life completely differently. "I will teach you to hang yourself by your feet, and not your neck, young master, and I will tell you a completely different and beautiful way to look at life," said the sage. This is the story of how the wise old master not only saved the young man's life, but gave him knowledge that would bring about a total rebirth for him, where he could live a wonderful life in unconditional love. Excerpt. Birth. Art of Living. The old wise man was walking down a dusty dirt road, on his way to the sea, thinking happily to himself what a beautiful fresh morning it was, with the sun just peeking over the mountains he had just left behind, shining and warming his back, and casting his long shadow in front of him. "Greetings, shadow self. Nice to see you again. I trust you are well this morning, and we shall continue to be at peace with each other like every other day." The birds were chirping and singing sweet songs, and flying around in search of a tasty meal at the beginning of their day. The buzz of the insects flying past, and the flutter of the butterfly from flower to flower, as well as the hum of the bees collecting pollen to turn into honey, were everyday events that the old man liked to see, hear, smell, and to feel what was going on around him. "How amazing all this is," he thought to himself again. "What a wonderful creation I am privileged to be a part of." As the wise old man was going around the bend in the road, he noticed a young man standing on a stump by a tree, holding a rope. Part of the rope was tied around a high branch, and the other part was a noose which was in his hands, which he was about to place around his neck. The wise old man gently and quietly walked up to the young man and greeted him. "Morning, young man," said the old man. "May I humbly interrupt you, please, for a moment? It looks to me that you are about to place that strong rope about your neck to hang yourself. If this is the case, then please allow me to interrupt you for a few minutes of your time, so I can tell you a few things before you do. Some things that may help you change your mind. Things that are important to the way you can look at life. Things that will change your life for the better and will inspire you to love life. Then I will be on my way, and then you can carry on doing whatever you want to do." The young man looked at the old man with sadness in his face, and smudged tears around his eyes. The young man didn't say anything except nodded that it was okay for the old man to say what he wanted to say. "Please sit down a while on your wooden stump, young master, if you will," the old wise man said in a gentle and kind voice, pointing to the stump the young man was standing on. "It seems that you are not having a good day, maybe a good week, or even a good year, but I would like to pass something on to you that can change that. And then maybe you can still hang yourself, but this time by your feet, and not your neck. This way you can still stay alive, and be part of this wonderful world in which we live in. And this will help you to look at life from a completely different angle, and with a very different view." The young man thought about it for a few seconds, then he sat down on the chopped, barkless wooden stump. I would like to pass on to you some sacred principles in the art of living and dying, and to share some sacred wisdom with you that will really change your world around if you would be willing to give it some consideration and then slowly implement it in your daily living, said the old wise man. Sacred principles that will take you from a world from outer doing to that of a world of inner being. We are all on a journey of self-discovery, and it is not the end destination that matters right now. But what does matter right now is how you are in the present moment, the here and now, what you are thinking and feeling now, what your deeds and actions are now. That is what is really important to you today. And then in each moment of every other day is just as important. It is all about the now, and the step-by-step you take in your journey to your destination that matters and determines your future, and what you will also encounter in your future, as how you feel in the now will be your future. So don't live life aimlessly and without purpose, or the small, insignificant things or problems will start to erode you away. I will call you young master, because everyone is a master in the making, until you become the master. Can you understand this, young master? Asked the old man to the young, insecure boy. The young boy nodded. I can give you a master key that can open many doors, but you need to unlock the doors and walk through them by yourself. Unlocking the doors and going through them will release you from your self-created bondage and prison cell. That I cannot do for you. I can only pass on this master key to you, and what you do with it is up to you. The boy nodded after listening, and he was happy that someone cared for him and was taking the time to talk to him. He was also now very curious as to what this old man was going to say to him. Young master, what good is knowledge if you don't put it into practice? Young master, what is knowledge? The old man asked, but not waiting for an answer. Knowledge is all the things and lessons you have learned along your path up to this point in your life. And you will continue to learn more as you keep moving along your pathway to your destination. So, look at the greater picture of all your life and look forward to all the days that will come in your future. Learn from your past, and most importantly, live positively in the now, in this present moment, which is a gift from the Creator, and get your mindset balanced to be truly happy. The journey to the center of your heart is a challenging one, and there will be many trying moments when you will want to give it up. But each moment is there to teach you something, and it's how you approach each of those moments which decide your highs and lows and your future, and all our futures. We all reach different levels of understanding at different times, and the information that each of us comes into contact with will mean different things to different people, depending on their consciousness. We are all on different cycles and paths which are leading us back to the Creator Source, and it is up to us as individuals the direction we choose to go in, the people we choose to be with, whether it's forward, backwards, or even around and around and around. So choose these things wisely, young master, so as not to chase your tail, said the old sage, looking at the boy gently. The sculpting of our self is a never-ending process. You decide what you want to look like by chiseling, molding, and trimming your shape, your personality, your tree of life. You have the power to add or subtract the traits you like and dislike. It is a process of molding and carving the soul seed which you are to your liking. This seed grows to be the big you. You water the seed with knowledge as it grows. It takes years and years to get big. We all have to start as a seed, then turn into a seedling, and then into a mighty tree, if that's what you want to be. The wisdom is your fruit, which others can live off, and the seed can be replanted to go and bring life about again. A never-ending process, the circle of life, explained the sage. This tree you have chosen today is a very old tree. It has gone through many different seasons, good and bad, yet it is still here, big, strong, tall and graceful, just like you can become over time. Look at the colors of the leaves. They're changing, and will soon let go and be released to carry on their own journey. And the tree will be left bare, yet still living patiently, waiting for its spring to come around again, and then it will rejuvenate itself to that of magnificent glory. We all need to let go of that which we no longer need, or no longer serves us at any given point in our journey. Just like the tree letting go its leaves or parts of itself, the things that it knows would be detrimental to its survival at certain times of the year, knowing well that it is part of the cycle of life. It just releases parts of itself. It doesn't kill itself, and this is something you may want to consider, young master. See that negative engraving on the tree trunk? Said the sage, pointing to a carving in the tree. This has been engraved on the trunk by someone who is not looking at life in a positive way, and it will be with this tree for the rest of its life. It cannot get away from it. It cannot release or change what someone else has done to it. But you can. You have the power and consciousness to get rid of negative engravings you have allowed others to carve in you, as well as the ones you have created yourself. You don't have to carry those engravings with you for the rest of your life. You just need to become aware that they are there, and you can transmute them out of your being. You have the power and ability to let them go. You have the power, young master. You have the power, explained the master confidently, and pointing to the seated youngster who looked up. The changing point in my life was with my motto. As long as I learn something every day, it doesn't matter how small or large that something is, it's something that I didn't know before, and have learned and added to my knowledge and character. The wisdom only came later, when I started putting it into practice, said the old man delightfully. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this audio excerpt on The Master's Sacred Knowledge by Alan Rufus, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you are interested in finding out more about what the old wise master said to the young man, then you can find the links below, or go to Amazon.com. The book is available in both paperback and e-book. The Master's Sacred Knowledge by Alan Rufus, a key to your inner treasure.